Gil Martin here, and welcome to the Daily Packers Post, where we bring you in-depth daily coverage of your Green Bay Packers. We have new videos dropping Monday through Friday. Make sure you hit like and the subscribe button so you get new episodes as soon as they drop. Yesterday, we discussed 5 Packers players on offense whose careers were at a crossroads in 2025. If you haven't had a chance to watch that video, check it out. But today, we flip the side of the field and look at the defense. 5 players on the Green Bay defense who are at a crossroads in their career. And that means that if they have a good year, it could mean a new contract. It could mean a different trajectory for their career, becoming a starter or even a star. And if they have a bad year, they may not be back with the Packers, or they may struggle to find a new job next year in the NFL, even if Green Bay lets them go. So starting at the number 5 position, cornerback Carrington Valentine. The former 7th-round pick out of Kentucky actually started 19 games in his first 2 seasons in the NFL. Very rare for a 7th-round pick. And he has shown some promise, but the question is he going to be a legitimate starter, or is he going to be one of those guys who, somebody else gets hurt and he can step in and give you a few games here and there? Now, we still don't know what's happening with Jair Alexander. Everybody still says he is likely on his way out of Green Bay. That could open some opportunities for Valentine, but the Packers also did sign Nate Hobbs in free agency. Hobbs can play both the perimeter or the boundary corner or the slot. And obviously, Keyshawn Nixon still part of the situation. And then will the Packers use an early draft pick to add another cornerback? I think that remains a high likelihood. So will Carrington Valentine establish himself as a starter? He's a physical, press kind of a cornerback, or will he end up being a backup slash rotational player? How he does this year could have a big impact on the rest of his career. Coming in at number 4, defensive tackle Kenny Clark. Clark saw his productivity drop from 7.5 sacks in 2023 to just 1 last year. His tackles for loss were down, quarterback hits were down. And the big question with Clark is why? Was it due to a nagging toe injury? Was he not as comfortable in the new 4-3 defense of Jeff Hafley's, which was supposed to allegedly benefit him and his style of play? Or does it have to do with the players around him not being good enough? Or the other possibility, which Packer fans and the Packers organization hopes it is not, is that, he's starting to slow down. He's 29. He's been in the league 9 seasons. And a lot of wear and tear on his treads. 3-time Pro Bowler. How he does in 2025 will determine whether he stays in Green Bay. Beyond that, he's got a huge cap hit for 2026, more than $30 million. So even if he plays well, the Packers could restructure his contract or renegotiate his contract, or they could let him go. And if he doesn't return to form, I don't think he's a Packer after 2025. If he does play well, he could be back, but probably under a renegotiated deal. Coming in at number 3, defensive tackle Devonte Wyatt. Wyatt entering the final year of his entry-level contract. Will he earn a second deal with the Packers? The good news, Wyatt was the Packers' best interior lineman at putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks. He had 5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss last year, but he didn't start any games and only played 41% of the team's defensive snaps. So is that enough of a role to have him come back? Now, the Packers are not going to likely pick up his 5th-year option. He is a former first-round pick. If he plays well this year, they could negotiate a new deal with him. If he doesn't play well this year, unlikely he gets a second deal with the Packers. Coming in at number 2, linebacker Quay Walker, also in the same situation as Wyatt in that he is entering the final year of his rookie contract and has to prove that he deserves a second deal with the Packers. Second straight year last year, he led the team in tackles. I like the speed of Quay Walker, but his ability to read plays and to get himself in the right place at the right time, not always what you want from an interior linebacker. And while he can blitz and he can cover, again, his ability to read the play and make a tackle that has an impact rather than a tackle after the ball carrier or receiver has gained 4, 5, 7 yards. That is the key. Now, Walker finished 2024 playing really well in the last 3 or 4 games. And the key here is this. Was that just a hot streak where he just happened to put together a few good games? Or is it the new normal? Is this what Quay Walker is capable of on a consistent basis? If the answer is yes, and he takes his game to another level, very likely Quay Walker is going to sign another contract with the Packers. If the answer is no, Green Bay may let him test the market next offseason as a free agent. And coming in at number 1 on our list is Lucas Van Ness, former first-round pick in 2023, played in all 17 games in both of his first 2 NFL seasons, hasn't missed a game, but he also has not started a game. In fact, he didn't start any games at Iowa either, so he hasn't started a competitive football game since high school. Van Ness has all the tools, the speed, the size that you look for from an edge rusher, but he hasn't done more than flash that ability at the NFL level. He only played 39% of the Packers' defensive snaps last year, recorded 3 sacks, showed flashes, but even after the Packers traded Preston Smith at the NFL trade deadline last year, Van Ness did not take on the starting job, did not win that starting job, and here he is entering year 3. If he can step up and be the starter opposite Rashawn Gary, that takes it to another level. And I wouldn't be surprised if on passing downs, maybe Van Ness moves in to defensive tackle and gets some snaps there. So you would get Gary and Van Ness and Clark and Wyatt maybe all on the field at the same time. Plus, whether it's Kingsley Enagbare or a player the Packers draft or trade for, adding to the pass rush in that way. But Van Ness has to take a third-year jump in order for him to get on track and make his career a success. If he's just going to be a role player, he is certainly going to be rated as a bust as far as his draft position is concerned. The Packers need more from Lucas Van Ness in year 3. Let me know who you think belongs on this list, if I left a player out or if there's a player you think deserves to be higher or lower. Feel free to indicate that in the comments. Don't forget to check out our website at thepackerspost.com, where we have articles on the Packers every day, Monday through Saturday. And hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode of the Daily Packers Post. I'm Gil Martin. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, everyone. And of course, go Pack Go.